Kathy here from Kathy's Cute Creations. Today I am going to explain how to use the light box if you have one, you've never used it, or you're thinking about getting it so that we can do our appliquing. And I'm going to show you how I do my applique, how I trace my pieces on my light box. And this is the way I'm going to do it, and I'm going to show you the prep work that I've got already started. Now, Seam Esteem 2 is what I use, and it is double-sidable. It is double stick fusible webbing. You can buy in a package or you can get it on a roll. I've taken my roll, I've cut up pieces the size of paper, and I've put it in this package. This is not the package that has the store-bought. It looks a little bit smaller. Let me pull mine out because this roll is longer. But I went and I cut all of these out. I just cut them up with the rotary cutter. As a matter of fact, this is the cutter I use. I bought this one specifically. Now this one is just a real cheap one. This was like $1 off of line. It's not that good. It sticks. Like, see, I just did it and you can tell that it's stuck already. But it does have a locking mechanism, so if you lock it, it's not going to open. That's a good thing about it. If I get it to lock, that is. There we go. Okay? Otherwise, you can unlock it by pushing it in. When that's flat, then it's open. And then on the other side, you just push it, and then it's locked. Now, this is what I use because paper will dull your blades. So it's better off I just do it all with a specific one and then change the blades when it needs to be, other than using my good one, which I'd never know that it wore out until I went to try to cut a piece of fabric, and then it would actually tear or rip a little bit or something like that. But anyway, I've just given you that little tip there. And then I'm storing all of the ones that I just cut up into this bag that's already used up, because I had already had this for another project, so that it doesn't dry out on me. And let me get my light box down here. Hold on one second. This is my light box. It's called Daylight. I got it online on sale. It is similar to the ones that I gave away to my swap partner and my sister. It's just a little bit thicker, a little bit bigger, but it's the same thing. You plug it in with an adapter. And I take my pattern first. So here's the pattern. So I'm going to follow the pattern to make sure I got all the pieces and everything. So let me see. I'll start out with the biggest one first. I don't go in order. So I put it down on my light. Now you cannot iron on here and you cannot cut on here. This is not made for that. I don't have a problem writing on the grid lines, nor do I have a problem writing on this side. It doesn't make any difference. I lay it over the top. Now if I wanted to, I could tape it to the paper, but this is a square, so I think I'm going to have a pretty steady hand on it. I turn it on so that I can see through it. This does, it is adjustable. Now, if you're following along here, this is probably page 4 is what I'm guessing. And it is the box that, I guess the big penguin, the mom, or her dress or something, but it's, I think it's the box. Let me see here. Oh, it's the box she's sitting on. All right. So what I do is I go ahead and I will use a ruler. Because this is a block and I do it in pencil, I just line up my pencil and trace it just like that. This is how easy it is. I don't have to move anything at all. Don't have to rotate it, don't have to turn it. And the light helps me see it. I hope there's not a glare from this light that's overhead here. I turned off the top one that's over my table because it puts out too much glare. And that's all there is to it, and it's done. So there's the block. Oh, it's the chimney actually. Now I read it right there. It's the chimney. And that's it. I'm going to set it aside. Now, if you want to be more frugal with your paper, I was just doing this to show you, then you'll want to do your chimney way over here on the edge so that you got extra paper. I can still use this paper for this next sheet here. As you can see, there's some little pieces here. So I'll put it on here and let's see what I can get away with. I can put it down here and let me see if second and let me, okay, so let me show you what I can get. I'm going to bring the camera over here so you can see it. These two right here, I can put on this paper. I can put one of these and then move the paper and put another one. And I can probably get this one also. And I don't know if I can get that on the other side. I can get that piece there on this side. So that means I can get all of these little pieces right here off of this same piece of paper. So that's what I'm going to do. Be sure and label whatever it is. For example, when I get done, this is a wing, a wing, a wing, and two wings. The reason you want to label them is so when you got all your pieces in a bag and you come back to it, like let's say you did this a couple weeks ago and you haven't had a chance to look at it, and when you come back, you'll remember what this piece is. You don't have to hunt for your picture to make sure you remember what it is. You'll just know because it's already marked on it. Same with the bodies. And it tells you the side view guy. So this goes to the little guy that's on his side, on the left there. It's his information. And that's all I do. But I'll sit and I'll mark all these up. Then when I'm finished, I will go ahead and just cut these out, because then all I got to do is lay it right on the fabric that it needs to be ironed on. And I'm not going to be wasting any fabric. Now I'm starting on block 3. And if you notice, something's on my light box. I've covered it with paper, typing paper, because I find that the residue, and I don't know how, but somehow the residue of the stickiness or something is getting on the light board as I'm trying to trace it. So to avoid having to constantly clean this after each one of these blocks, I went ahead and I put this paper on it for the second block, and it seems to have worked. I don't have to clean it. Now, because of this light box, I mean, it's bright enough, I can still see through it, as you can see, and I'm using extra pieces that I have left over to use up for tracing. So see, I've got a little pile here. That's from my leftover so far. So I've only used 4 pieces of the fusible at this point, and I'm on the 3rd block, and I have extras. Because one of, actually 2 on the 2nd block are really big. And it even took you taping one piece of paper to another to make the body of the penguin. So it's pretty good size. So I just wanted to put that note in real quick, because as I'm doing this, I'm, finding out different stuff about this light box. And it happened before, but I couldn't figure out what it was. So somehow, I don't know if it's just the pressure of my pencil or what it is that's causing it, but just just a little added tip. And then also the tape that I'm using, which it looks like this, if you can tell, it's sort of a little bit different type of tape. It's called magic tape, but it's not the magic tape that you buy at the store. Let me see if I have a box of it to show you. Call it that, and they changed it. What I thought it was, but this is not it. This is not, even though this is magic tape, this is not the tape that I'm using, because the tape that I'm using is actually called removable tape. I buy this on the Sure Fit Designs website, which is a website for women who create their own, I'm going to say a dress form, your sloper. When you design your own pattern for blouses, dresses, and such, because she's got kits to buy. This is how I found out about this tape. So that's where I buy it. I have not been able to find it at the store. Every time I see something that says magic tape, removable, it's not removable for paper. Now, this piece of paper here, and I'll show you, the tape is right here. And see how easy I took that off, and it did not tear. And you can reuse it and reuse it and reuse it. Letting you all know where I get this in case you're asking about it. One thing more that I wanted to add is I'm going to be using this mat. So I just thought I'd really put up a quick, give you an idea of what it looks like. Let me take the protective coating off. Okay, so it's sticky. And then this is the other piece that goes with it. Here's what it's called. And this is what I'm going to use when I fuse my applique pieces together this time. And this is one version of a fusing mat. Let me get another one up here. Here's another one, which you can get just about anywhere. Flip it over to the back so you can see it. And you can use either one of these. All the directions are on there. It tells you how to do it. It's not hard. It just makes it a lot easier whenever anything is on top of something else. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. And I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.